Welcome back to episode 2 of D3, Dominici's Discussions and Debates. I'm your host, Dominici Lapierre. Today is November 6, 2025, and today I'm joined by Isaiah Grant of Monroe, New York. Grant's a sophomore physical education major, an athlete on the VTSU Castleton wrestling team, and secretary for SAAC, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Thank you for being with me, Isaiah. I'm so excited to finally be having another wrestler on and get to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is pretty cool. I've never done anything like this before, so.
And we turned the mics on early. Everyone heard him talking about the setup and how official it is. I did not pay him to say that. I didn't make him say that. Everybody heard it.
If you ever, once you get to the YouTube videos, they'll be able to see it a little bit. I don't know how much.
Once I get some visuals, everyone will see it. Dude,
yeah.
Professor Boyd, if you're listening, you heard it. You heard it. So to start, you're from Monroe, which is in upstate New York. Is that similar to Castleton, you think? Like climate, socially, like the terrain, kind of mountainous?
Somewhat. So I would say Monroe is definitely a little more suburban than Castleton. I would say this is more like rural kind of population. But the thing about Monroe is that it's not very big in itself, but it's close to a lot of things that are big. Like I'm super close to Jersey. I'm super close to the city. And
Which city? New York City?
New York City, yeah. So I'm from New York, just put that out there. I think you said it earlier, but it's super close to the city. So even though my specific area isn't that populated, we're close to a lot of activities and stuff, which isn't really the same here. But I grew up in the city actually when I was a little kid.
Which borough?
I was born in Queens, raised in the Bronx.
Ooh, my dad's from Brooklyn. My dad was born and raised in Brooklyn. Still lives there.
Brooklyn's pretty cool.
You're stealing my future questions. That was another question. No, you're good. That was a question I had.
But so yeah, it's similar in itself, but there's more things to access, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
like how kind of a lot of people in Castleton gotta head over to Rutland to get food and stuff like that. I'm from a small town called Keysville, and there's a place called Plattsburgh right next to us.
Oh, you're okay. So you're up.
Yeah. So if it's never hey, do you want to go hang out around town? It's when are we going to Plattsburgh? So I know I feel you.
Just not to cut you off or anything, but I hate you.
You're the guest, bro.
Yes,
we're here for you.
True. I don't understand people that call my area upstate New York.
It's
you know
central.
What I mean?
I feel like it's more central. What would you call it?
Not even. It's at the bottom. I feel a lot of people consider anything not the city upstate. But if you just look at New York, I'm at the bottom. I'm
at the bottom. How far are you
from
Long Island?
Probably 2 hours.
And they're calling you upstate?
Yeah.
That's bananas.
I've never understood that because I'm definitely at the bottom of the state.
No, I agree, dude. Anything that's we got people around Buffalo area talking about upstate, and I'm if you take a ruler and you go to scale, you are in the middle. In the middle. That is what you refer to as central. I'm sorry. You are in the middle on the X and Y axis.
Yeah, literally.
You are not up anywhere.
I feel once you get past Albany area, I guess I'll let you get away with it, but you're upstate. That's actually up
I'm
there.
about 45 from the Canadian border. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I've never been there.
Yeah,
but if I wanted to, I could at any time. It's crazy.
I've never been outside the country actually. It'd be really nice if I sometime soon just got
Would you want to go to Canada?
I'd be so down to visit. Yeah, I'd be so down.
No, I would like to go. There's so many Canadians where I live, and I used to work at a hotel in Plattsburgh. I mean, I liked it. I think I got a lot of good skills there, especially now that I do communications. And there were some people that were really nice, man. There's a guy, and I don't know which country he was from, but he literally brought me a whole turkey one day. It might have been
nice guy.
It was a whole chicken, and he comes in and he's give you some poultry, and he's used the word poultry, and I was okay, thank you. And he had he brought me cheese. This guy just gave me a whole, and I was on a 6 hours into an 8-hour shift or something like that. I was burnt. I used to work 2 to 10, and then I'd go home, go to bed, and wake up for a 6 to 2. So I would, dude, and this guy just brought me, and I don't know, just really nice people. You know, I noticed, and a lot of the Canadians were really nice. A lot of youth sports teams from Canada, we did headlocks on the Hudson wrestling tournament this summer. A lot of us, and Colton Perkins beat a Canadian national finalist.
Oh, really? That's pretty
Dude,
sick.
yeah,
Good
I
for
know.
Perk.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Colin, I guess, dude.
I guess.
Good for him.
I guess. He's hard to move, man. It's a freaking cinder block.
Dude, the people that know him are gonna laugh at that.
Yeah.
The people.
Yeah. If you don't know Colin Perkins, man,
he is the cinder block.
he is
Wide body Perk.
Like, literally, just think of a cement brick. That's Colin Perkins.
That's Colin Perkins. Okay, moving forward, do you prefer Castleton or Monroe?
I mean, now
You can answer multiple ways. You can say in like this
Yeah.
aspect, in that aspect.
so in high school, I think, like, definitely my senior year in high school. So, little thing about me, like, up until my senior year of high school, I didn't really do anything. Like, I didn't go out. I was very to myself, not really out of, like, I didn't have any friends, but I was just, like, I was too scared to ask my parents, like, hey, can I go hang out with him or can I go hang out with her? So, I would say by my senior year, once I did start going out, that was really fun. But, like, when I go back now, it's kind of boring. I feel like as you change and as you grow up, like, your interactions with people aren't really the same. You kind of, like, grow out of certain friendships. So I would definitely say now when I go back to Monroe, it's a little boring because I only hang out with, like, certain people nowadays. Back then, I would, like, hang out with anyone. It'd be super fun. But, like, I do really enjoy being a Castleton. There are a lot of, like, responsibilities that I have now. They're definitely hard that I have to take care of. But it's definitely really nice being able to, like, see your friends literally, like, walk down the street and then, like, all my, like, best buds are, like, right there and we can do whatever, watch movies.
Yeah, that's all. No, that's nice.
So that's,
the
like, the
proximity.
That's, like, the really nice thing about college. Like, over the summer, like, if I want to go hang out with my friend, I got to drive over there, then I got to drive back. It's, like, a lot.
A process.
Yeah, right? You know what I mean? It's just so simple here, which is really cool. So I do really like that aspect of Castleton or just college in general. You know
Do you
what
still
I mean?
get homesick at all?
Not really.
Okay, forward. It's a lot different answer than what Justice gave.
Really? He's coming from a lot further, so that makes sense. But it's like I know I'm close. I know if I ever needed anything, I could go there whenever. Like my parents would be there for me. So I feel like having that security kind of makes it easier for me. You know what I mean? 'Cause if I wanted to, I could go home right now and be back for our tournament.
How far is it
tomorrow.
exactly again?
Like 3 hours, 3.5.
Okay, I'm an hour and like 30, bro. That's, that's still not bad. 3.
Yeah. So like I don't really feel homesick most of the time, but I do like look forward to my breaks. I look forward to seeing my family, all my friends.
Your mother seems very supportive. I saw her at our tournament like homing the other day. Well, weird question. Which crock pot did she bring?
She brought the Big ZD. So there were 2 Big ZDs. She brought the one that got killed. Yeah.
Dude,
I did not get my mother's Big ZD.
Tell her I said thank you.
I got you.
I saw her.
She might be listening actually. She told me she was gonna try.
If she
I don't know if she figured it out.
Told her?
Yeah,
Thank
or she
you.
saw my post.
Thank you for the plug.
Yeah.
Because I saw her leaving with you, and I saw her carrying the crock pot, and I wanted to say thank you, but I was watching somene's finals match, and I didn't get around to it, but I really appreciate it. It's awesome that we have so many parents who do that.
Right? It is really nice. That's like probably like one of my favorite things about the tournaments, how like supportive you see like the families are. Like I remember last year at Futures. Futures is like the last tournament of the year for the viewers that don't know.
Regionals.
Yeah, pretty much. So I remember I was wrestling my first match, and I heard like go Isaiah, and it was Darius's like mom cheering me on, and I was like that really made me feel good because
Metropico?
Yeah. So like my teammate's mom is cheering me on. It's like not even like my parents because my parents couldn't make it. So like it's like it really feels good having like parents supporting, parents bringing stuff in. It's like I really appreciate all of them if any of them are listening as well.
I love Miss Metropico.
Yeah.
This is gonna be kind of a weird poll, but I like lemons are one of my favorite food. You know
this.
this.
I do know this.
I get judged a lot because I cut open lemons and I do eat lemons. I gotta slow down because they mess up the enamel of my teeth, but I love lemons. I can drink straight lemon juice. And dude, I swear to you, she saw me eat a lemon, and Mrs. Mantrafico told me how her mother used to eat lemons, and when her mother was in the hospital, she would not ask for anything except for them to go down to the store and get her lemons. So when we were at, I think it was Trinity, she literally bought me a whole bag of lemons and just gave them to me to have throughout the week. And I was like so taken aback.
Yeah.
I enjoyed having her around. I hope we see her again sometime in the future.
Hopefully, man. I remember when we were working the Spartan race, I saw Darius running. I got so hyped. I was so happy to see him, man.
Fun fact, I was working the front. He literally thought he was... For people who don't know the Spartan race, it's they do it in Killington every year. It's a big company. You do, like, challenges, and you do, like, incline running. It's just really, really tough. It's like... I don't want to compare it to the Ironman because it's different, but think that. It's a very tough endurance sport. And he came, and he thought he was doing the sprint, which is 5K. And the day he came, when we were volunteering, they were only doing the Beast, which is half a marathon.
So big, calm little 10-mile difference.
Yes. So him and his girlfriend ended up running a good 13.1 miles,
Sick.
and they thought they were running 3.1.
That's insane.
It was funny.
And they finished?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll say yes on air.
Well, yeah.
Darius
and they finished.
with
Good
the
job,
fastest
Darius,
time.
man.
We'll say yes on air. It was really, it was funny.
I miss a lot of our seniors from last year, man. Cyrus, Abbas, those guys are so funny.
We had a good team. We had a really, I think the wrestling team here has a really good connection, I noticed, you know, and I think a lot of the teams have that, you know. I see that with the ski guys. I see that with a lot of the football guys. I don't know if it's to a lot of the same extent. I can't speak for them, obviously, but like 100%, the culture is just, it runs so deep. It runs so deep.
And I feel like it kind of has to be like that at a small school like this. You know what I mean? I feel like there's only like so many people like for you to get close with. Like, these are your brothers, man. You're seeing them every single day, working with them. They see your ups, your downs. So it's kind of hard not to be close with them. You know what I mean? Maybe not everyone. Obviously, people are gonna have their differences, but yeah.
I be seeing wrestlers everywhere, man. I'll go lift at the gym on most days we don't have 6 a.m. Or I like to lift at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I see Giovanni Gioio in there every day.
He's there all the time.
Every day at 6 a.m. I see him there. So, like, I don't think there's a time in the last few months I've gone to Shape Gym and not seen a wrestler.
Yeah.
Seriously, someone's in there.
I mean, there's so many of us, too.
That's a good point.
Less than last year.
Good 45-man roster you're bound to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like it. I think it's definitely a good. Or I don't know the term good. Like, it's definitely a deep culture, if you know what I mean. Like, it's very authentic. Very authentic. I mean, and a lot of that is like handcrafted by Legacy. Like, that was kind of his shooting goal when he my brother Chancellor here went here back in started in 2018. I forget. They've only been a team. My brother was the second or third year.
I think they started 2015.
Okay, so he might have been third year. And the thing is that even then, the culture was pretty good. They were a violent group, though, dude.
Yeah,
not
really?
bad violent, but they were a tough group. Mitchell LaFlemme, Max Temple.
Yeah.
They were, fun fact, Max Temple got his master's degree in business. I forget the specific, but in business from here at Castleton for the viewers. And he actually met his wife down in a class down this hall.
That's pretty sick.
The class I was just in when you walked by. Shout out Professor Stephanie Wilson. I'm having her on one of these episodes soon. Max met his wife in her class, and when they got married, it was really cute. They sent Professor
I was gonna say, did they invite her?
A card. They invited her and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
And she was telling me about it. A lot of people have that. Like my economics professor, Horatio Stravgolini, always talks about James Rodriguez and how he was such a good student.
That's awesome.
Always talks about our coaching staff, you know. And it's just, it's nice to see. It's really nice to see. I guess it's better than if they were complaining about them. Yeah, those guys were jerks.
Yeah, but like those things are important. Like,
I agree.
I feel like a lot of people, not necessarily just wrestling, but I'm going to use wrestling as the example because that's what we do. Like, they might be, like, really good at wrestling or they work really hard at wrestling, but they forget about, like, other aspects about your life and just, like, being a good person, doing the right things, you know what I mean? Because, like, wrestling will turn you into a good person just because of, like, or not necessarily a good person, but, like, a gritty, tough, hardworking person.
Absolutely.
But if you don't practice that outside of just wrestling, then it's not really gonna.
That's
mean
what I was
much,
talking
you know
about.
what I mean?
Before
and we were
got
talking
on
about
air,
this before.
Right before we got on air, I said that's why I'm trying to. That's part of the reason I started this show is as you know, I had a situation recently, and it gave me a lot more free time,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of feeling bad for myself and just down in the dumps, and like I kind of hit a point where I was like, what can I do? And I was talking to Professor David Blow, and about my first editorial. Actually, I was talking about something. It's something to do with. I won't get super into it, but it was political stuff and things like that. We were having a deep chat, and I told him the term. I don't get why a lot of people think I don't like white people. I came out of a white woman. Most of my idols are white people. Most of the people that guide me in my life are Caucasian. I have nothing against white people. And he was like, "That's really powerful. Do you want to write it?" And I don't know what it was. It was like the light spawned in front of me, the window, what is the expression people use sometimes? And it's like when a door locks, a window opens, something silly like that.
When one door closes, another door.
No,
That's not really.
No,
it's
something like that. And that was my moment. That was my moment. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Do you want to write that?" And I was like, "I could." And then I happened to be in the Spartan, and I just started my communications minor a little bit ago.
Nice.
And then I forget how, but Radio Club came across my my view or whatever, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's put myself out there. And then at first we were just gonna pre-record, and I was like, you know what? No, if I'm gonna do this, we're not gonna half-ass it. We're not gonna water it down. Even if my mom's the only viewer every week, we're gonna start building the portfolio. We're gonna build it live. If I start doing my intro and I stutter through it, we're gonna run with it. That's how we're gonna do it. So I agree, man. I think it's so huge. Like you said, you gotta challenge yourself.
Yeah.
You have to. You need struggle for growth. And that's the problem. A lot of people try to skip that, and then they wonder why there's no growth.
Yeah. And that's also like part of the reason I didn't ask you for the questions before too, because like I like the authenticity of it.
I
you
like
know what
that
I mean?
too, man.
Just
You're
like,
the only person to do that. I really liked that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to like think about things like how do I want to portray myself to this, like it's just like whatever comes to my head in the moment is that's what's gonna come out, you know what I mean?
And that's you. I like that. That's authentically. That's a raw way to approach it. I really do appreciate that. Just kind of bang through some more questions. You have one older and two younger brothers?
Yep, that is correct.
And can you tell me about them, man? What's your relationship like with your parents, with your brothers? Are you close with your family?
Yes, so super close with my family, right? So just to talk about my brothers first. So I have an older brother. His name's Paul. We have the same dad. And then I have two younger brothers. They have a different dad, my stepdad, right? So I was born in Queens, like I said earlier. I always grew up in really large households. So at first I lived with like my mom, my brother, my grandma, grandpa, a bunch of aunts and uncles. So I had like close to like 10 people in like my first household. And then I moved to the Bronx when my mom started like dating my stepdad. We moved in with him, and then once again I'm in a household with like 8 people. So I've always been in like really large households. And then my parents, they had my little brothers, and that's when we finally like moved out on our own. So my mom, she's like I was gonna talk about this earlier actually. She's mom of boys, only boys, and a bunch of like just like scrappers. So my brother, he was a professional MMA fighter. So
your older one?
My older brother, yeah.
Paul, okay.
Yeah. So Paul, he used to fight pro MMA, and that's kind of what got me into like wrestling. It wasn't wrestling at first. I started with Jiu Jistu. So
how old were you? That was another question. Yeah. How old were you?
So I was 7 when I started.
Ooh, you were young. That's young.
Yeah. So he started doing some of his amateur fights. I started doing Jiu Jitsu around the same time, and he was like my coach. There were a bunch of coaches there, and that's how I kind of like got started with like wrestling and got into this world.
Is this him?
Yes, that is my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's way bigger now. He's like 200
Not that
pounds.
skinny anymore?
Yeah, no, he's not cutting anymore. He stopped fighting a while ago. He's in the NYPD now. Funny enough,
that's awesome.
My mom, my stepdad, and my brother are all in the NYPD.
Wow,
yeah.
Dude. That's great. You said your mom, your stepmom, or your stepdad? A stepdad and your whole family?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, that's crazy. That's awesome, though, dude. That's awesome to see,
really
man.
Cool. My mom retires soon, which is really nice. I think she retires the same year I graduate, which is
good for her.
Cool.
Good for her, seriously.
So
how many years has she been in the force?
So I think 18 now, I want to say, because she has to do 20 years before she can retire. So I think that would be
How old are
18.
you?
So I'm 19.
So when you were young.
Yeah. So she had my brother pretty young too. My mom had my brother when she was 16.
I think my mom might have had chance around that age.
Yeah. So that's kind of why we were like forced to be in that big house. But I really liked it. I think because something about me, I want like a lot of kids when I grow up. So I think that's like has a lot to do with like the reason why, because I was always just in big households. I really liked the holidays.
With it.
Yeah, I really liked the holidays. I really liked hanging out with my cousins and stuff. We were all super close. And it kind of sucks because like when I moved to Monroe now, so when I first moved, it was from like the Bronx to the Bronx, just like a different area, so we're food blocks down, so everyone was still close. But once I moved up to Monroe, we kind of lost that because my parents work a lot of the holidays and stuff. So back then it wasn't really a problem because I'd just be like with the rest of my family. But then we were so far away, a lot of them like transportation was an issue, so it was hard to really see them. So that kind of like, I wouldn't say affected me, but it kind of like hurt me throughout my teenage years. And it's really something like I want to bring back in the future. You know what I mean?
I'm doing, it's like, it's one of those things where like, it's kind of like, I'm stuttering crazy. Sorry. Yeah. It's hard because like, I'm trying to think, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing the show because I like stimulating that kind of thought, and it's nice to see that reflection where like you don't even need to think on it. It seems like you already have a lot of your life planned out in front of you like that. Like you have the blueprint, and I think that's really like, you know what I mean. That's what we're reaching for. I think that's a really beautiful way to approach it.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a big like overthinker.
It happens. I
don't know if like I give that impression, but like I think about things a lot. I think about like my future a lot. So it's just always something
important.
that I have in my head.
It's important. It's not a silly thing, man. It's it's your life. It's your livelihood.
It is.
It's the livelihood of those future children you're talking about.
Yeah. And you only get one, so I'm trying to like really make the most of it. Have fun while still staying on track, which is like another one of like the big reasons why I came here. I feel like I would be able to work hard and still have fun at the same time. I wouldn't get like pulled off like the wrong tracks like I would have at other schools. Because I know me, you know me. Maybe the viewers don't, but like, like it's good to be able to like stay focused and make sure you're doing the right things.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, it's really refreshing to see a kid our age like you with that mentality. About your brother, I'm sitting here doing a little research. He fight in the UFC?
Not the UFC. That was the goal, obviously. Well, fun fact, he did fight Marab.
That's what I'm reading. That's why I asked. That's what I'm reading.
He fought Marab.
And it was a decision, man. That's
awesome. You know how Marab's nose is all messed up? My brother.
Are you serious?
He jabbed him in the face and he broke his nose. Yeah.
That was Paul Grant.
Dude. Marab's nose is because of Paul Grant.
Your brother is actually kind of crazy for like, yeah, I'm reading it. And for people who watch MMA, his brother, Paul Grant, in 2016, lost to Marab, I don't want to try to pronounce his last name.
Davalishvili, it's something like that.
Yeah, that was a really good pronunciation.
I try.
But he's the MMA champ, and he lost only by decision. And it's unanimous
29-28 too, but, so like he took a round.
Yeah, Marab is literally in a
like
lot
goat
of people.
Talks
I was
now,
gonna say he's in a lot of people's goat talks, and your brother's the reason his face looks like Mr. Potato Head. That's crazy.
It's kind of surreal to think about. Like,
you ever get nervous when you and your brother are beefing?
Nah, I'll whoop him.
You got that?
Whatever.
You got that?
Easy, light work.
Let him know, Isaiah.
Well, I hope he's listening. That's light work. What was I gonna say? I had such a good thought and it just went away. That's so disappointing. Oh, it came back. So this summer, the wrestling team, we worked an event in Atlantic City. It was like a wrestling tournament. And we went to some place after, right? And we're walking around and I realized, wait, we're in the same venue that my brother fought in like 9 years ago. I like started looking up at the ceiling. I noticed it was like the tapestry was the same. I was like, oh my God.
Not
my
where
brother...
the wrestling was, where you went after.
Yeah, no, it was like some separate place.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh my God.
You just found your way there?
This is like kind of crazy. I had no idea.
That's mad deja vu.
And I was like, I remember like my mom was like ordering a drink or something in some place, and I tried to run in to see her, and all these memories came back. So these memories came back. I just like completely ruined the thought. But like I ran in to see her. I was a little kid, and then I remember like the security guard stopped me, and all these memories came back, and it was super surreal. It was a really crazy moment for me.
That was probably an awesome experience, though.
Yeah.
Do you have fun like getting to explore Atlantic City a little bit and stuff?
There wasn't. I mean, I thought the trip kind of sucked. It was super disappointing.
I heard that from a lot of guys.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason I stayed on campus.
So, I went this past summer. I didn't go the summer before. They halved the pay from the summer before. So
Damn.
people were making like $1,500 the year before. I think we made like $800.
Well, that was my thought. Was
Yeah.
we were working for facilities, and we made about 15 an hour,
Mhm.
and we worked about 7-hour days.
Yeah.
And the thing was, like, you guys went and you were working 12, 13-hour days. You were
Dude.
getting no sleep. You were running. You were working. You weren't getting to explore the city or
Yeah.
get any of the perks of being there. And you were making, I think, Stone.
Dude, it was like 12.
It was, yeah, Stone did the
think it
math.
was, like-
It hit our, like, overall, I think he said, I could be wrong. It was from 12 to like 13 and a half, depending on
Yeah.
who you were. Like, you guys being younger, I think we're in the 12, like you said, 12-ish range.
Mhm.
But, like, to me, like, I could have stayed on campus with my
Yeah.
girlfriend and, you know, chilled and had a good time and just lived, just,
Mhm.
like, you know. Or I could go to Atlantic City, make $2 less, work 5 to 6 hours more, and make an
Yeah.
extra. I don't know the math on that over 3 days. Well, $80-$90. I'm
Mhm.
good, bro. I was good.
No, it was kind of. I think our hours were like 6 to 8. It was something like ridiculous. It might have been late. I think the last day I think it was like 6 to 11 p.m. And they didn't pay for our food. I thought the food was going to be paid for. They only gave us like passes for like chicken tenders during the tournament. And then I thought we'd have more time to actually like kind of like go around Atlantic City, but like we were pretty much just stuck in the venue for the most part. We really didn't have much time because we had to be up so early. And then we were in the casino. I was with Cyrus and Jay Sean. For reference, they're both over 21, and I was literally just watching them play, and I got kicked out. At that point, I was just like, I'm done with this place.
When did you get kicked out? I'm sorry.
I got kicked out of the casino part.
Oh, word.
I
They
wasn't
didn't let
playing.
you just watch?
They wouldn't let me just watch. I couldn't be in the casino area.
Okay.
Now I was like, you got to be kidding me. I had to do the walk of shame by
Are they
myself.
21? Did you just dry snitch?
No.
Okay.
Cyrus and Jay
I
Sean
thought-
are both
okay.
21.
I thought you said Connor. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, Connor Gregory, what are you doing? I thought you said Connor.
Imagine.
No, that makes sense.
No.
Oh, yeah, dude. This guy Cyrus is like 35 now.
Pretty much,
they
honestly.
didn't even need to ID
Wife
him
and
when he went up.
kids.
Actually, man. In his upteenth year, what was it? His upteenth year, Connor used to say,
Yeah.
of college wrestling.
Umpteenth year. That's funny.
Umpteenth year, dude. Okay, moving forward, you're the SAAC secretary. Why? What enticed you to first off join SAAC, and what enticed you to take that position, like as secretary?
So that's kind of a funny story. So joining SAAC in the first place, usually Legacy like picks people in the beginning of the year. If you were there the year before, you just do it again. So I kind of joined like second semester last year, so last spring, because my friend Carly Barnes, she's on the track team. She was kind of like influencing me. She was like, it's good if like for a career, like it looks good like when you're applying for jobs and stuff. So I was like interested. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So the end of the year was coming, and so that's how I joined SAAC, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, for those of you that don't like know the acronym. And then by the end of the year, we're picking like our new roles, like president, vice president, whatever. And they weren't like, no, they were picking specific roles. So they were asking for like the secretary, and no one was really raising their hand. So I actually got volunteered for it by a few people, not by Carly. Like a few different people were like, yeah, no, it's like, so one person said Isaiah should do it, and then a couple people, I was like, you got to be kidding me, bro. And then Cruz was with me. He was like, oh yeah, no, Isaiah, you're definitely doing it. Cruz, for the reference, wrestler that graduated last year, missed that guy too. He was like, yeah, no, you're definitely doing it. So I was like, here we are.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's nothing, at least the secretary role, it's nothing crazy. All I do is pretty much just like take notes for all the meetings, like do the attendance, and then I just update the board whenever it needs to be.
Do you enjoy it? You have a good time?
You know, I have a good time with it. I really like the fact that I feel like I can kind of make a difference with it. Like, you know, you were there for that meeting where we're doing all the rule changes. Some of them I wasn't really fond of. I was like kind of on the other side, but that's just like democracy, voting, things like that.
I wasn't a big fan of some of them either.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of a lot of the changes they're trying to make to like winter break mandates and stuff, and all. It's just like I feel like that should be team to team, man. Like especially if you're a top 5 team in the nation, like yeah, I love my family, but like to me, I only want to go home 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Like, and it sucks not to get to see my buddies and stuff, but like.
Sacrifice, man.
Yeah, it's sacrifice. I'd much rather have a national title on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's that kind of discipline we were talking about earlier.
100%.
Oh, damn, why'd I say that? Because I forgot my thought. We're talking about SAAC, the rule changes. And yeah, and especially with, I don't know if I should talk about it much on there, but the Huden stuff.
I'm writing a story on Huden's hours. We were just talking about it. So that's going in the paper. Like, they're going to see that. They're going to pick up the paper.
They're going to see it in my...
I'm publishing these same thoughts.
I've had, like, a lot of issues with Huden, to be honest.
Agreed.
The hours are a big thing. And, like, just, like, the options, like, are not great. Like, when they have, like, the grilled chicken out, like, that's good. Because I can do something with that. I can make a sandwich. I can make a wrap. But, like, even though, like, their deli meats, they don't really have, like, turkey out, things like that. It's usually, like tuna salad. Like, just not enough variety for people that want to, like, eat healthy. You know what I mean? Because you don't always know what you're getting when you go to the main tray. But if there's something consistent, like grilled chicken, turkey, like, those kinds of things, I feel like it'd be a lot more useful for athletes.
No, 100%. And like I said, I'm currently working on a piece for the Spartan on Huden's hours. I have 2 articles, or not technically articles. I have one Q&A and then one article coming out in the next piece. And it's just like, dude, some days I literally have to, after my media writing class on Mondays and Wednesdays before Radio Club and the Spartan meeting, I gotta run over to Huden, stuff my face, run back.
Yeah.
Because they can't just be open till 2:30.
It's kind of ridiculous.
And I have a class at 1, so I don't have a choice. Like, I don't eat, you know? And it's like, some days I go in, they give me small portions, and they're like, if you want more, come back. And I'm like, I literally have a 5-minute window. I can't wait in line twice in 5 minutes.
The portions are ridiculous. I remember in the beginning of last year, we were able to, like, give our own servings. I don't know how, I can't speak for, like, how it was the year before. I don't know if it had always been like that, or if, like, we just got, like, a little lucky for that period of time. But I remember the beginning of the year last year, we did our own servings. Like, you remember that too, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, whenever, like, a couple months in, they started doing it on their own. And I think it's kind of ridiculous. Because I'm a pretty big boy, man. Like, I need to eat. Like, and when they give me, like, 3 pieces of, like, 3 little pieces of chicken, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to
suffice.
Definitely not.
It is crazy. I agree. It is actually kind of, like, wild how that works. It's not even kind of. It just is wild.
Yeah.
Like, and it's one of those things. To keep moving forward with the SAAC topic, I was wondering what aspects of your secretary role do you think align with your personal skill set as a person, and what things maybe do you struggle with because they don't align with that skill set?
I think just, like, being reliable, you know what I mean? Just making sure I keep the board updated, make sure I'm, like, catching, just, like, paying attention, things like that. I can't say too much because I honestly don't think it's, like, that crazy of a role. Like, I'm the secretary, they put it up, whatever, but I honestly don't do that much. But I, okay. Like, if I'm being completely honest. But I think just, like, the reliability of it, like, if you ask me to do something, I'm gonna get it done. I'm going to pay attention when people are speaking. Like, I'm going to, like, get down whatever you need me to. And, yeah, so I think those aspects of it, those, like, it's little things, but, like, I definitely think that, like, aligns with, like, who I am as a person.
Just reliability.
Yeah, you know, reliability.
Doing your job.
Honestly, that's all it is. Like, even if it's a small thing, you still got to get it done, man. Like, you can't really, like, skip out on any, like, aspects of your life because then that's how you, like, get messed up.
Dude, I think that's very mature. It's a very mature thought process.
You know, I think reliability is really important. Like, if I need something of you and I can't rely on you to get it done, like, then, like, what are we really doing? You know what I mean? Obviously, it depends on, like, what I'm asking, like, whole other things. But, like, I want to be the kind of guy where if you need something from me, I'm gonna be there for you, and I'm gonna be able to help you, like, through it, whatever it can be.
100%. And, moving forward, you said you started Jiu Jitsu when you were 7.
Yep.
2, or I guess technically, I'll make it a 3-part question since we've already kind of touched on these. About how old were you when you started the sport of, folk style wrestling? What guided that decision, and was Jiu Jitsu a part of that guiding?
So yeah, I'll kind of talk about like the journey from just wrestling. So I started when I was 7.
Jiu Jitsu.
So, little context. I know the viewers don't. I was a fat little kid. Like, I was a really fat little kid. I wish I could, like, it was like, you could see the pictures, because I would show you guys a picture right now. I was a really fat little kid.
Dude, who wasn't, bro? Me too.
Yeah, that's
who
fair.
Wasn't?
So, like, the first year, I liked it a lot, and then I kind of just got lazy. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be at home playing video games, doing whatever. So, I didn't like it for a while, because my parents would, like, make me go. I don't want to. But, like, not because I didn't like the sport, just because I was being a lazy little kid. You know what I mean? So, for a while, like, I would go when they make me. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't. But then I got to that, like, preteen age, like 11, 12, where they kind of, like, stopped making me. I was, like, in middle school at this point, so, like, they wouldn't force me to do it anymore, right?
Yeah.
But then I started getting, like, really heavy. I was, like, 222 pounds in 8th grade. That was, like, the biggest number I ever saw on the scale. So I'm, like, 13 at this point. I was like, I don't like looking at this. And this is kind of where wrestling comes into play.
Are you the same height?
I was probably like 5'6", 5'7".
Dude,
I didn't grow a lot in high school, but I was a good bit shorter.
Don't feel bad, dude. I was like 5'5", 5'4", and 190, so I was a little bit behind you. I was only a little behind you.
So whatchamacallit? So there were a lot of like people who wrestled formerly, that would go to the jiu-jitsu classes and stuff. So that kind of like got me into it. My brother kind of encouraged me to do it as well. So where you grew up, I'm assuming you go from the elementary school to the middle school to the high school. So like Monroe Woodbury Elementary School, Monroe Woodbury Middle School, Monroe Woodbury High School.
Where
right?
I'm from, I went to Keysville Elementary, and then you go to Sable Valley. And funny, it's really funny because my school's weird. Land-wise, not population, but land-wise, my school is tied for, like, the biggest school district in the state.
Really?
If you look, it's huge. And it's so weird because there's this one square on the map that's not connected to anything else. So it's just... I'll show you it later. It's literally just off in space. Like, there were schools that I had never heard... I'm so serious. Or there were towns I had never heard of. There was a town called Swastika in our region.
Wild.
Dude, I had never heard of it.
Yeah.
And it like 5-6 towns in the region, but it was mostly kids from a place called Sable, Jay, and I'm from Keysville. And because we have such a small area, all of these places went to Sable.
But that's like kind of like what I'm getting. It's like districted. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So like you live here, you go to this school.
Yes.
In the city, it's different. The same way you apply for college is kind of how you apply for middle school and high school, right? So I went to PS 36 Elementary School. My parents did that. I had to apply to middle schools. I had to apply to high schools.
Do you have to write an application?
Yeah.
Word.
It's like a whole... It's literally just like applying to college. So I was doing this and I was looking for schools that had wrestling. And then that got me thinking, like, if I'm going to wrestle, I don't want to wrestle heavyweight because that's what I would be. I started, like, looking it up, looking at the weight class and stuff. Like I don't want to wrestle these big guys, right? And that really got me thinking. And then I wrote my mom this probably incredibly corny text now, but it was like, Mom, I'm going to start going to the Jungle Gym. That's the name of the jiu-jitsu place I went to. I'm going to go 5 times a week, even if you have to drag me there or Paul has to drag me there. Like, I want to go. I want to lose weight. I don't want to be fat anymore. So I sent her that, and after that, I started losing weight. So by the time my freshman year of high school came, I was probably like 190. And that's when I moved upstate in between 8th and 9th grade. So I did all of elementary, all of middle school in the Bronx, and then moved up to Monroe.
Wow, so you were actually a good age. You weren't super...
So I was a good age, but obviously, I don't really act like I'm from there. My parents did a good job of, like, keeping me out of, like, bad areas and keeping me out of bad things. I did have to, like, walk to school every day, which was kind of scary at first, to be honest. But it would just be pretty much, like, my mom would tell me, go there, go back, like, don't, like, linger, don't go down any streets, don't talk to anyone that you don't know, you know what I mean? So they were pretty smart about like keeping me safe, not getting me into any trouble, not getting into things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's that's pretty like it's a pretty good. I see the opposite most times wrestling to jiu-jitsu, and a lot of people might not know this because I know a lot of us don't necessarily share our.
I just realized I didn't even finish the full story, but I like stop before I finish the
no,
point.
No, you're
but,
good. Finish. Go ahead.
No, you can like finish your point.
I was just gonna say, you were a D1 New York State finalist.
Yep.
Or not finalist, D1 State qualifier. Section 9 D1 finalist. Yep. For people that don't know wrestling, that's very impressive. D1 in New York is one of the better states in America. I wouldn't say it. I don't know if it would be top 10 or whatever.
Top 15.
But definitely top 10, top 15. Mm-hmm. So, qualifying. And mind you, the only guy who beat Isaiah in his section is PJ Duke, one of the best wrestlers. He's a 17 or 16-year-old who just got second at like Adult Worlds. He got third at Adult Worlds.
Yeah.
Not high school Worlds. This kid got third at Worlds. Like, is the third best wrestler in the world, and he's 17.
It's pretty insane.
It's insane. Yeah, he's won. He's beat college All-American.
Oh no, he's not 17. He's older than me actually.
Is he?
He's 19.
19? Okay.
Because he just got into college.
Oh, okay. And he was the only one to beat Isaiah his senior year.
In my section.
And so you were very accomplished.
Yeah.
And, your team got 5th your junior year.
Yes.
So you guys were pretty good. So 2 questions leading. Mm-hmm. Did you... I didn't get to find your finished stats. Yep. Did you achieve the 100 win mark by the time you ended? And did your team kind of hit their goals as well?
Okay, so before I get to those points, like remind me of those questions when we get there. I'm kind of gonna like spin back on like starting wrestling.
You didn't finish. Yeah,
so I moved up my freshman year. So this was the COVID year, right? So my freshman year was technically my first year wrestling, but it was just like a bunch of solo drills on our own for like 4 weeks. You know what I mean? So like we really didn't have a season my freshman year. I don't really know how your school did it or other schools did it, but like we didn't like do anything. It was just like literally just shadow wrestling by yourself.
We wrestled. We just wrestled. We wrestled in the gym because it was more open air.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, and put a mask on, and I'm not gonna like share this virus with you.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, we were just glad to wrestle. We did it.
So my freshman year, we didn't really have a season. It was like 4 weeks, and like I didn't do anything. So my first real year wrestling was my sophomore year. So I was on JV. I think I went like 6-2 or something. I was really like happy, and I actually almost quit wrestling my sophomore year because like I wanted to do Jiu Jistu so bad. So I don't know if I got back to this, but so I started losing weight because of Jiu Jitsu, and I kind of like fell back in love with the sport. Like I really liked doing. I was doing it all the time. I was competing. I was doing good, and wrestling kind of took my time away from that. And then, like I had a talk with my brother. He was like you committed to this thing. You gotta like finish it. And I was like, okay, like I'll try. And then I kind of saw it through, and I'm glad I kind of finished the journey because like I met so many people. Like I wouldn't be here, obviously.
We wouldn't be doing this interview.
Yeah,
right
I wouldn't be doing this. But like I made most of my friends through wrestling in high school. Like I made such great memories making the state team, thing like that. So now we can kind of transition to this. So I was on JV my sophomore year. I was JV MVP, so that was pretty cool. And then my junior year, that was a year like that was my best year like as a team. Like my team was the best
your
that
junior?
year. Yeah,
okay.
So that's the year we took.
So I fell off your senior.
Yeah, because a lot of the seniors.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my junior year was pretty good. I started at 160. I took 5th in the section that year. I was a match away from making states, and that really hurt me because I really wanted it bad. Because at this point in my life, I really didn't have anything besides wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't hang out with my friends. I was
a lot of us didn't, man.
Yeah.
A lot of us guys who are actually good didn't, because it takes so much time to get that good.
It does. So I was kind of getting at this early. I didn't really hang out with people, stuff like that. So it was really all I had. So the fact that I wasn't able to like accomplish the goal that my like coaches had set for me and I had set for myself, it was really disappointing. So I ended up taking 5th in the section that year, but we did really good. We were just a really good team. We didn't have that many like studs. Like we only had 2 people make states that year. One being Jordan Brown. He's a D1 wrestler now. He wrestles at Binghamton. He took second in the state that year. And then Marcus Charlotte, who's also pretty solid. He doesn't wrestle anymore. But we were just like, every weight there was like a solid guy. No, not many studs other than Jordan, but every weight solid.
Good. They were good wrestlers.
Yeah, good wrestlers at every weight. I think like everyone placed in the section.
Okay.
Which was kind of disappointing that we didn't have more state. Like, imagine like Castleton last year, where like everyone on the wrestle solid, and then like we kind of like sold at like the section tournament. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of like sections, it would be like nationals.
But it's also, you got to remember, in a sport like wrestling, especially with us last year, like, even when you do good, you don't usually stomp guys. The margins are so thin. Because you don't just show up to the sectional finals. You don't just spawn in at the national tournament.
Yeah.
So it does happen. Unfortunately, you know, it's to be expected. It will happen sometimes.
And something I think a lot of people who don't wrestle don't realize is that like, even if it like looks dominant, there's still a lot of like effort being put into like, I can tech somebody and have to have worked really hard to get that tech fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you have to work for you really do have to work for everything.
Especially against a good wrestler who's stingy.
And then we get into that, and then we get to good competition, and you really have to like grind and like just thug it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my senior year, so my junior year, I mean, that ended. I was super disappointed with my season. Like, I was really sad, really bummed out. And then this is the first real season where I started like training in the off season. Like, I did it a little bit going into my junior year, but then going in my senior year, I started taking it really seriously. I went to different clubs. I went to Funky Panda. I started going to KD Training Center. So I was just working hard throughout the summer. The next year came, and since it was like my first real season, like working during the off season, I thought I was gonna be like a stud. Like the plan was to win sections, plan was to place in states, and then the season starts, we get into competition, and it's kind of like rocky. Like, I'm washing all the guys that I should be beating.
Okay.
But when I go against like the state placers, the state qualifiers, those are the matches I was losing, and it was really, really upsetting me, because like that's the goal. If I want to be a state placer, I have to beat that guy. I can't lose to that guy. It doesn't matter if it's close. You know what I mean? So obviously the progress was there, but I wasn't really seeing it because I was having the results I wanted. And I think every tournament I came back from, I was crying.
It happens. It really does
crying
happen,
at home
man.
because I was just so disappointed. Like, damn, I lost to this guy. Damn, I lost to this guy. And obviously I was having a good season if you look at it like in general. Like I was like, anyone that, like, I think I only lost to state qualifiers my senior year. I didn't lose to a single non-state qualifier. But, like, we had a tough schedule, and I just lost a lot of, like...
Good guys.
Lost a lot of good guys. And but it was really taking a toll on me. So, getting to the end of the season, making it to the section tournament, and, like, making the goal of, like, at least, like, making it to the state tournament, like, it really did a lot for me. That was probably, like my proudest moment in wrestling.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's really huge. And, you know, I think a lot of us wrestlers can relate to that. You know, it's that's what makes it so rewarding, though. And it's kind of a weird perspective, but I think unless you're like Cael Sanderson and you don't lose a match, like, that's kind of what makes it so rewarding is you fail, you fail, you fail, you fail, you fail, and then you make it. And then you make it. And that's what you're going to remember. Yes, that first part, you know. Is,
like,
it's like we said, what did we say earlier? There's no growth without struggle.
Yeah.
That was what we were talking about earlier. That's every aspect of life. There's no growth without struggle.
Like, looking back at it now, like, I don't care that I lost to this guy or that guy, but I'm really proud of myself that I made the state tournament. You know what I mean?
Well, that's awesome, man.
So, looking back at it now, it's like, yeah, it sucked in the moment, but
Did you hit 100 your senior year?
I didn't hit 100. No. Because I started varsity my junior season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't really have the opportunity to.
I think I had like 60 something.
Dude, that's good. You hit 60 in 2 years?
Yeah.
After like start coming off of like not even really being involved for that long. Good for you, dude.
Sophomore year was JV, so I only wrestled like 8 matches and like none of them counted towards my actual thing. And then junior, senior year, I think I had like around 60 something.
That's crazy. That's what those are, dude. That's solid. Like, those are really good numbers. So then, we move forward. You go to college, and now you've decided to study physical education.
Yep.
As a physical education major, what age group are you planning on working with? Do you want to be a college professor, like middle school?
So I want to do high school.
High school?
Because I also want to coach as well. I want to coach wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that's where I can kind of have the biggest impact on kids.
In New York or Vermont?
New York, preferably.
You're going to go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to get my licensure, go back to New York. And I just feel like it's where I can have, like, the biggest impact on kids.
Is that what makes you passionate about it?
Yeah.
Is
like,
having that impact?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing I've learned from being here and being a physical education major is that physical education is more than just playing games and playing sports. It's about, like, a lifetime of doing healthy habits, doing things that are good for you, doing things that are going to make you live, like, a long, healthy life. And I think that's something that not a lot of people understand because it's not really stressed in our education system, at least in New York, or at least in my high school. We literally just played games. So, okay. So I kind of want to make an impact on those kids when I grow up. I want to teach them, like, hey, like, you can do this. Like, hey, like, you want to lose weight? Let me help you with that. Hey, you want to build muscle? Hey, let me give you, like, a weight training plan. And I feel like high school would be, like, the range that would have, like, the biggest impact on them.
That's an awesome way to think, man.
Yeah.
You set those
goals.
Yeah, dude, get it. Or what am I thinking? Develop those habits early.
Yeah.
Man. It's really, really hard to develop. I noticed that older people kind of struggle to develop those habits. And a lot of people who you ask, like a lot of people in the UFC and stuff, you ask them, it's like, oh, I've been doing it since and not everyone, obviously, there's outliers, but they're all, like, doing it since I was 17, 16, 18. And it typically falls within that, like, 12 to 18 range is when they start developing those good life habits. And, when you kind of move into this and you start, what are like one or two things you're looking forward to? I mean, you obviously said making an impact on kids, but what are one or two things you're looking forward to, and what are one or two things you're kind of dreading?
So one or two things I'm looking forward to. I mean, this is, like, best case scenario. I would like to go back to, like, my own high school. So something I would look forward to is kind of, like, now being, like, co-workers with, like, the teachers I had, like, my high school gym teacher, or my high school,
Full
like,
circle.
wrestling coach. Yeah, exactly. My high school wrestling coach, now he's my co-worker, and I think that aspect of it would be really cool.
What's he teach?
Phys ed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So coaching would be, like, the other thing, being able to coach wrestling and impact them that way as well. And then two things I'm dreading, kind of just, like, starting, I guess. I think this is, like, it's literally my dream job. Like, I'm really fortunate to, like, know what I want to do in life and, like, to have known it pretty early. So, like, it wasn't a lot of stress, like, figuring out what I want to do. So I'm really fortunate to have that. So kind of just starting, obviously. Like, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I'm sure, like, once I get into the hang of it, like, I'll be all right. But obviously, starting anything new, just like this podcast, like, starting anything new is kind of scary in the beginning.
And you've maintained some pretty good grades. I don't know your exact GPA, but you've been on the board every semester since we've been here, and I'm assuming you're gonna be on the board this semester.
Should be this semester's not the greatest. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some harder classes, but it should still be on the board. And then next semester, my schedule's a lot lighter. I'm gonna get a 4.0.
100, dude. Yeah. I believe in you. So is like, does your passion for PE kind of, you think, like, why you maintain such good grades because you're actually so in it and involved, or is it kind of like you've always understood the value of at least baseline education, if you know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't say it's a passion. I've always just been a good student.
Really?
Like, when I was, like, little kid. So I'm not like this anymore. You know me. You see me around. I'm very talkative now. I'll talk to anyone.
I mean, we've been talking for an hour.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
It hasn't even felt like it. It's kind of crazy.
Dude, that's the thing I love about doing this is I sit down and then I blink and the episode's over. And then it's awesome.
So I'm a super, like, I'll talk to anyone. Like, I don't know you. I think I'm pretty approachable. You talk to me, like, I'll talk to you back when we have a great conversation, whatever.
100%.
But I wasn't like that when I was a little kid. I was super quiet. I was to myself. Yeah. So like that, like elementary years, like I cried like my first day of like kindergarten because my parents were leaving and I
A
was
lot
like
of kids
scared
do
of
that.
everyone. So that's how I kind of was. So I would always be like this. You guys can't see me, but I'm like folding my arms. I'm sitting straight. Like I was
Prim and
that kind of
proper.
kid. I was like teacher's pet 101. You know what I mean?
Those people walking by were peeking in to see if you were being serious.
Oh yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I was like a teacher's pet. I remember one time in first grade, my teacher like called me out. She made me stand next to her, and everyone else was sitting on the carpet. She made me point out every bad kid in the class, and I pointed out every single one of them. Every single one of those bad kids got pointed at. So I've always just been like a pretty like good student.
You're good.
I don't know what's going on outside, but yeah, no, I've always been a pretty good student. So I think that's why I just like kept the habit. I just do the right things, get my homework
We
done.
blinked
go
for
to
a
class.
second because there are some comedians in the hallway
Oh, yeah.
plugging the Uno Club. I guess we're gonna plug the Uno Club here.
Uno Club.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm probably not joining the Uno Club, but if anyone's listening and interested, join the Uno Club.
the Uno Club.
Look for the flyers around campus that they're plugging right now.
Oh, pickleball club looks fun too. I've been seeing those flyers.
Shout out Pickleball Club. We just started. We got the email yesterday. I'm actually now the acting president of the business club here.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
It is. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Eliza Mullen, I don't know if you know her, but she's our treasurer because she's a finance minor.
Yeah.
Me, her, and Professor Chache, we've been doing some pretty good work, man. We're getting some pretty good numbers, and we're gonna start off by making some what do you call them? Resumes. We're gonna make sure everyone in the club has a resume. Then we're gonna do mock interviews. We're giving everyone like a fake job that they have to apply for. And then they're going to go in with a professor, maybe not Chate, but like a business professor, and do an interview. And then at the end, they're going to be like, hey, when you do an interview, fix this, this, and this. So yeah,
that's good. That's great, like professional development.
Dude, actually, that's another thing I like is, I mean, they were being a little loud out there, but good for them, you know? Like we said earlier, the culture here on campus is so deep-rooted.
Yeah.
Like even not in athletics, but even in sports, like you can see.
Through like soundings, having to go to the events, see different plays and stuff. That's something I also work in admissions. That's something I always tell the people that come here. Like it's a super like tightly knitted community. Like
100%.
like you're gonna know like most of the people here. It's gonna be super close. So yeah, like you're gonna go to these events. You're gonna know who's on stage. You're gonna go to sporting events. You're gonna know who's playing. And that's kind of like what I stress to them when I'm giving.
I think it's a lot of fun.
tours.
Jess Smithson is one of our wrestling managers, and we have a lot of fun when we go to her games.
Yeah.
Man, I see you
It's
there
sick.
almost every time. You know, I bring me and my girlfriend Elise go to support Jess, and it's a lot of fun, man. They have a good, and I really do like the field hockey team here. I think they have a very intense play style that I like. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't understand a lot of the rules, but it's fun. It's fun to go learn, man.
Yeah, no, it's just fun to like bring energy. Like at the volleyball games, like me and Corbin will always be trolling. We'll count. What we do is the other team when they're serving, we'll count the bounces. So we're just kind of just like messing with the other team, just like having a good time, like bringing the energy to the games.
If Mr. Barrett's listening on record, that's Isaiah Grant and Corbin Mariah.
Shucks.
Buddy didn't want to say shit on air. He hit him with a shucks.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Oh, dude, that's
I didn't
awesome.
say that, by the way. But yeah, no, it's just having a good time. Like you're gonna know the people, and that's kind of like the beautiful thing about our campus, our small little college we have here.
We do have a pretty small campus, but it's really, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. I do think it's a nice area. It's a nice little campus. I like the rail trail. I mean, obviously everyone knows about the event that happened there a while ago, but I would say for the most part, college has been open 150 years. We're one of the oldest education institutions,
1787.
and we've had less than like a hand. You can count the amount of violent events on your hand. I'd say it's pretty safe. I've never really felt. I'm more scared of an animal coming out when I'm back there than another person. Dude, I get nervous sometimes because they got the field with the bulls, and sometimes the bulls come right up to the fence when I'm running, and I'm like, I'm not here to do anything bad. Just let me go. Do not gore me, please.
We have our little blue light system too. If anyone's not like feeling safe or anything, so that's like a really nice resource.
Oh, I didn't know what you meant. The boxes.
Oh yeah, like the little blue like poles.
Yes, that's awesome. You're right. Around campus, I noticed those sometimes, man. I lost my headphones one day, and it was like 11 o'clock. I still didn't find them. I lost my Studio Beats buds, and I called PubSafe to let me into Leavenworth late at night. and they let me in. While I'm waiting, I'm just sitting there, and I open my phone, and a scary ass TikTok noise plays, and then I start tweaking for a second, and I look up because it was a loud noise, and it just spooked me. It was like a piano or something, and I saw the blue light thing in the distance, and I just looked up, and I didn't know if it was like a flashlight or something, and it bugged me out for a second. It had me tweaking for a second. I was like, yo. You do not know me, gang. I'm fast. I'm out. I'm
They're
gone.
there to keep us safe.
Dude, no, 100%. It's not like you said though, man. It's a nice campus. It's a good time. Like
it is.
It's really one of those things where like I'm a lot more fortunate than a lot of you other guys are our age because my brother Chance went here, so I kind of had been around.
Yeah.
I kind of had been around the wrestling and the coaches and how it was, and dude, I got pictures from when I was like 12 years old coming here, and Legacy talks about that a lot. Like I've known Legacy. You know, our head coach, head wrestling coach, Scott Legacy, since I was literally like 12, dude, and I'm 20 now, 13 or 12, and I'm 20 years of age. Yeah. Like, I've known him almost half my life, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, very, very, I have a very deep connection, even if I don't always like Huden, or it pisses me off when I go to do my laundry and I end up spending $14 the other day.
Laundry
$14, Isaiah.
Too. That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous because I had to keep running it. I do still love this campus.
Yeah.
However, I won't say the F word. Screw those laundry machines.
Yes, no. I think every building is having issues with them.
Dude,
because I've heard Adams. I'm living in Ellis.
I've heard some little birdie whispers that they're planning on getting new machines soon, and I'm hoping that these are honest birdies. Yeah, I'm hoping that these birdies are correct. They're thinking sometime over break, which might be kind of a thing because we're staying for wrestling for a part of break, so I'm hoping that we just don't get to not do our laundry for a week.
That would suck.
It would suck, but you know, it's one of those things. I'm
like
still
semester
here.
Break.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Christmas, right? Am I bugging?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But again, I'm still here. I love it. You know, I do complain a lot. Everyone knows me. I'm like anger from inside out sometimes. I like to bitch about things. That's why I started writing editorials. That's why I opened up a podcast. Now I can bitch about whatever I want with my mom listening or read it. Yeah. And, you know, I'm still here. I love it. You know, it is a beautiful place. It's a little... I don't know how I'd describe it, man, but it's a very unique thing here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what hurt about the VTSU merger was it kind of killed a little bit of that identity.
Yeah.
You slapped the VTSU in front of it.
In front of everything.
Dude, seriously, I'm glad that you at least have something that's green and says Castleton, though.
Right.
Because for a long while, and even then, it's not the school. We have to open up our own stores.
Yeah, no, this is through SAAC.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. You go down to the campus center now, it's all green, or not green, it's all
blue, red.
Yep, the blue-red VTSU. And I don't mind it, but you're telling me we can't get a singular green t-shirt?
Yeah.
With Sparty on? Dude, with Sparty on it? That's asking too much. We can't get... Dude, I don't even
I don't understand,
because
like, this can get away with it, but...
I like it. Yeah. I like the VTSU logo. I just think maybe there should be Sparty on it.
Yeah, right.
And,
VTSU Sparta. If you want to get you could put all the other schools there too. Put a Randolph one. Put a.
Oh, that'd be cool, man. I would like that. You know, on every campus, have at least some T-shirts available.
Yeah, from the other
ones.
campuses. Yeah. Obviously, they're probably not going to sell as well.
I think it works better when we keep our individual identities, you said.
We're not. It's not like a bunch of like giant sports teams. No, everything's individual. We compete against each other still. So.
Dude, we do compete against each other a lot. Who was it? Our girls' basketball teams face each other a lot.
Yeah.
Or do we win? I don't want to say anything before I know whether or not we win. I hope we win. I'll say we're better even if they beat us up.
Yeah,
I'll say we're better. We're the best campus.
Any other sport.
Oh, dude.
For sure.
All right. This has been fun. It's about time to wrap up. This has been Dominici Lapierre and Isaiah Grant for episode 2 of D3, Dominici's Discussions and Debates, your source of Discord, and everything in between. Please consider checking out our Instagram account at D3 Radio and Podcast, all lowercase using the number 3, not the word. Also consider subscribing to our YouTube for exclusive interviews and access to our pilot episodes. all of which will be posted sometime within the next week or two. The username is Dominici's Discussions and Debates. The handle is D3 Radio and Podcast. That's D-3 with a capital R in radio and a capital P in podcast. The links to each of those are in the bios of the other and vice versa. We currently air at 2 p.m. on Tuesdays and 5 p.m. on Thursdays, both live and taped via the platform TuneIn Sports and Music. You probably know that if you're listening right now. Thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
Boom.